In the Bernese Alps of Switzerland, a group of 7 hikers guided by David embarked on a 6-hour trek across the Aletsch glacier. This 15-mile-long, 800-meter-deep glacier, the largest in the Alps, is a dynamic system of ice, constantly in motion. The hike, though monotonous, was grueling due to the enormity of the whiteness and the tricks it played on the hiker's sense of perspective. The Aletsch glacier has lost almost 2 miles of its length since the late 19th century and is predicted to shrink by 8 miles more by 2100, reducing it to a tenth of its current mass. This is a common fate for glaciers in the Alps, with 9 out of 10 predicted to disappear by the end of the century. The hikers, all Swiss, have witnessed the steady disappearance of glaciers in their lifetimes. One woman, born in 1995, measures the years of her life by the retreat of the Morteratsch glacier near her family's summer house. Glaciers, besides regulating local climates and providing year-round water reservoirs, are an integral part of Switzerland's culture and identity. The hike raised questions about last-chance tourism and its potential harm to endangered places. However, Dr. Matthias Huss, a glaciologist, clarified that tourist hikes on the glacier do not directly impact the melt rate. The real culprits are other sources of heat, including carbon dioxide emissions due to travel. The journey ended at Concordia Platz, the highest and thickest part of Aletsch's body, a labyrinth of crevasses. The hikers then reached Concordia Hut, run by the Swiss Alpine Club, for a well-deserved meal and rest. The following day, they retraced their steps back down the ice, this time in a blizzard, offering a transitory illusion of the glacier's permanence and renewal. Yet the reality remains that future travelers will walk in a valley of rock. And that's the summary for the article. I wanted to talk about this article because I think this concept of last chance tourism, really like last chance seeing nature at all, is something that's prevalent in all of our mindsets these days, or definitely in, I think the generation that's maybe 35 years or younger. In the article, they say that a woman was born in 1995. So she's 27 and 28, and this, I think, is hitting people around that age, that just whenever you're out in nature, that it's not something that's permanent. It's something that's fleeting and something that will disappear in the coming decades, if not within this decade. So it's something, I don't know, it changes your relationship with nature. That sense of peace and serenity almost gets replaced with like a sense of privilege and fear, resentment. There's all kinds of emotions that go through my head when I'm out in a natural place. And I had a moment recently. I was out in the Columbia River Gorge in Northern Oregon. It was so beautiful watching the sun through the white oak trees, looking down the valley through down to the Columbia River. And it was a moment that was so breathtaking that it just made me stop thinking, and I just appreciated the form of what I was seeing. I saw the trees and I saw the light, and I stopped thinking and just appreciated what was there. But then I started thinking again, and my first thought was how rare that type of not thinking has been for me in the last several years. Every time I'm out in nature, I'm thinking about, what's there, what the problems are, how is it going to change in the coming years. And it's rare when you actually get to put aside those thoughts and just allow yourself to be in nature and appreciate it and be in peace. So I think this is a phenomenon that a lot of people are experiencing right now. Yeah, I think it's probably a phenomenon that's going to increase with future generations and just continue to get worse, I would expect. So, more motivation, more reason to stem the tide and get into the restoration efforts locally around you, around everyone. Nature can't be something that just exists in these little pockets. Like, nature is subject to the whim of what's going on in the world. It's not isolated. It's directly affected by everything else that's going on. So yeah, more reason to be involved and help create a kind of mass movement to stem the tide on this kind of stuff.